Miss J. All right. I believe I have gotten everyone except Kelly. Yes? All right. Sometimes it's a challenge when you guys go zooming around. All right, Kelly, good morning. Do you want to introduce yourself and then go right into your talk?
Yeah, I guess so. So, I am Kelly Bolts, owner of Loving Comfort Pet Care, and I'm an energy healer for people's pets. As a healing touch practitioner, healing touch for animals practitioner, I work with pets' subtle energy systems to speed their recovery from illness, injury, surgery, and traumatic experiences, to alleviate pain, to support their optimal emotional and mental health, and to facilitate improvements in behavior. The energy I channel permits me to work long distance, so I don't have to go into people's homes to work with their pets, which is nice at this particular moment. I happily help all animals, but have a special connection to cats. So if you know anyone with a pet who is struggling, please refer them to me. And I am very excited to talk to you today about two of my passions, cats and energy therapy. If a cat lives with you, you have no doubt wondered at some point in time about his behavior. And whether that was, I wonder why he does that, or why are you doing that, probably depended on the behavior, how long it had been going on, and the damage that was being done. So anytime your cat is doing something that you deem inappropriate, there is a message being communicated. It may be something simple and easy to figure out, maybe something mundane, or it may be more complex and a little more difficult to figure out. I'd like to help you understand what the messages might be for some common cat behaviors, and share how energy therapy can help to improve communication between you and your cat and eliminate those problem behaviors. And I do have a PowerPoint presentation, so I will need to share my screen. Am I able to do that?
Yeah, did you try? I think it's already set.
It says has disabled, host disabled participant screen sharing.
All right, hold on.
I just changed it. Try again.
Oh, thank you.
Let's try it again. There we go.
Trying to be helpful.
And share. And scoot it on up there. All righty. We can skip on past that. So it's important to understand that scratching things is a natural behavior in cats. In the wild, cats will scratch on trees and fallen logs for a variety of reasons. They will scratch to rid their claws of the dead exterior layer because it helps keep their claws sharp and comfortable to them. They do it to mark their territory for the benefit of other animals. And they do that through the scratch marks themselves, but also through scent, because cats have scent glands in their paws. And so when they're scratching something, they're also leaving their scent on it. And both the visual cues of the claw marks and the scent tell other animals what the boundaries of the cat's territory are. Cats also scratch because it feels good. It feels good to stretch, and it feels good to flex their muscles. Your indoor cat may be scratching your furniture for any of those reasons, but he may also be scratching your furniture for other reasons, perhaps to get your attention because he wants to play or wants to be petted, just wants a little loving. Much like some children, they sometimes don't care what kind of attention they're getting as long as they're getting your attention. So they might do something inappropriate just to get your attention. But they might be sending a message about something they're upset about. Common ways that people deal with this issue are to spray the cat with water with a spray bottle. And while it doesn't cause physical harm to the cat, it may, it sets you up as adversaries, first of all, and that may already be kind of happening if the problem's been going on for a while. And it's not the kind of relationship you want with your cat. You want a loving, relationship where the cat trusts you and you trust the cat. So not ideal. Some people will put tape or aluminum foil on their furniture to keep the cat from scratching it, and that may help, but then you have tape or aluminum foil on your furniture, which is not especially aesthetically pleasing. And if you don't take care of the underlying issue, then if you buy new furniture to replace the scratched up furniture, that new furniture will not be safe from that behavior. Some people use soft paws. They are vinyl caps that are put on the tips of the cat's claws to make the claws not sharp enough to do damage. So it doesn't stop the behavior, but it does prevent the damage. And that's fine. But if you don't have a cooperative cat, that means you have to take your cat to the vet every 4 to 6 weeks to have those nail caps put on. And that causes stress to the cat and repeated expense for you. So may not be the ideal thing, but certainly better than getting rid of your cat. And then of course there's declawing, and declawing is actually illegal in many countries and in some major cities here in the United States, but it is still done. And a lot of times people don't know what declawing actually is. It is the amputation of the ends of the cat's paws. It's not just the removal of the claws, but they actually amputate the ends of the cat's paws. And as you can imagine, that can be a traumatic experience for a cat. It also causes skeletal misalignment. So in the future, there will be arthritis and pain associated with that. It can cause nerve damage, which can make a cat not want to use the litter box because having to dig in the litter can be painful to them. Some cats do just fine with it. I'm not saying that it's horrible for every cat, but I wouldn't consider it the ideal solution. I do know that most people who have it done are at their wits' end and have tried everything else, and they think that it's better than euthanasia, which I would say is true. So, but the good news is there is an alternative to inconvenient or extreme solutions. And I'm going to tell you about that a little bit more here in a few minutes. Another common cat problem is when the cat goes to the bathroom outside the litter box. If your cat is doing that, please take him to the vet to make sure he doesn't have a urinary tract infection. A UTI or crystals in the bladder will make his going to the bathroom painful to him. And if he associates that pain with where he's trying to go, he will stop using the litter box and look for other places to go in the hopes that it won't be painful if he goes there. If it is a UTI, then antibiotics will clear it up and usually take care of the behavior. If it's not a urinary tract infection, there are a number of reasons that your cat might not be using the litter box. It could be something as simple as he doesn't like the smell or the feel of the particular kind of litter that you're using. So you can try changing that out. Do so gradually. Don't just wholesale change from one to another. Mix in the new litter a little at a time until you've changed it over to the new litter altogether. It could be the amount of litter. He may need more litter in the litter box, or he might want less litter in the litter box. It could be a cleanliness issue. Some cats will not use a litter box if there is waste in it. They want it to be completely clean, which, makes sense even for people. If we go to a public restroom that has multiple stalls, we're going to pass over the stall that isn't clean. We're going to go to a clean one. So cats are the same way. And it's interesting to know that cats' sense of smell is 14 times more acute than that of humans. So even if you can't tell that there's an odor, the cat can. So it might be that you just need to scoop more often. It might be that you need to actually dump out the old litter, wash the litter box, and refill it with clean litter more often. If you're using a non-clumping cat litter, clay litter, probably twice a week is necessary. If it's a clumping litter, then once every 2 to 3 weeks is usually okay, unless your cat tells you it needs to be more often than that. And when you do clean the litter box, use something like mild dishwashing liquid that smells like lavender and warm water. Don't use bleach, because the ammonia in cat urine coupled with the chlorine and bleach produces toxic fumes. So you don't want to do that. It could be that the location of the litter box is an issue. Cats feel vulnerable when they're using the litter box, so they need some privacy, and the location needs to be someplace that they can get out of quickly and easily if they feel threatened in any way while they're using the litter box. So you don't want a cat to feel trapped in the litter box area. The threat could simply be, there's a delivery person at the door and they hear that and that, spooks them. Or it could be another cat in your house, or a dog is, pouncing when they're trying to use the litter box. Some cats will declare the litter box their territory and try to keep other cats from using it. So it's important to make sure that you also have enough litter boxes. There should be one litter box per cat plus an extra on each floor of your house that your cat has access to. So that'll prevent that guarding behavior where one declares the litter box his territory, and it'll keep your cat from being lazy. For example, if your cat is on the second floor of your house and your litter boxes are in the basement, he may decide that he doesn't want to have to go that far to go to the bathroom, and he's just going to find someplace else to go. If you have litter boxes on each floor, he doesn't have to go so far, and it might eliminate the problem. Unfortunately, you may try all of those, solutions and not eliminate the problem. And it may be because your cat is trying to send you a message about something that they're upset about. Or it may be that there was some traumatic experience during a litter box session, and now they're afraid to use the litter box. But don't worry, there is a way to find out what that is and to solve the problem. I'm going to very quickly talk about this. It can be funny the first time your cat does it. You might even take a video of it with your phone. But if your cat is climbing your drapes or your screens over and over again, they're going to tear them up. It's going to be expensive and could eventually pose a health problem for your cat, because if they manage to rip a hole in your screen and get out and they're indoor cats, that can be a whole other situation. Cats will climb because it's a natural thing for them to do. In the wild, they climb trees to look for prey animals, to go after birds and squirrels. They'll climb trees to get away from predators, and they'll climb trees to survey their territory to see what's going on. So if you give your cat something appropriate to climb on, it may solve the problem. A cat tower that's multi-tiered and has carpet on it is a good option. You can also try shelves that your cat can climb on, and you can kind of entice them to use the scratching or the climbing tower and shelves by putting catnip on them. And I just realized that I forgot to tell you how you could solve the scratching problem. When they're scratching on the furniture, you do need to give them scratching posts to scratch on. So if we just rewind for a moment, if your cat is scratching on your furniture, you want to give them something appropriate to scratch on, and it needs to be the right size and configuration for the cat. So if the cat likes to scratch on your carpet, give them a nice horizontal scratching board to scratch on. If they like to scratch up the back of your couch, that means they like to scratch vertically. So give them a scratching post with sisal rope or carpet or something on it that's tall enough for them to stretch out fully on while they're scratching. And you can spray it with catnip spray to kind of lure them to it. Unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't work because they've established a habit, and it's hard to break a habit. So again, energy therapy is going to be helpful with that. And with the climbing, once you give them something appropriate to climb on, that may be enough to stop the behavior. If they're climbing screens because they're trying to get at squirrels or birds that they see on the other side of the window, playing with them interactively with a toy that you drag across the floor or make fly in the air allows them to use their predatory instincts and may solve your problem. So a couple of ideas for the climbing issue. Again, if it's not one of those issues and your cat's sending you a message, then you might need a little help deciphering that. A behavior that doesn't cause damage, but is upsetting for both the cat and the owner is if the cat hides all the time or startles easily and runs and hides anytime somebody knocks at the door. If your cat is doing that, he's not a happy cat. And you should take him to the veterinarian to make sure he doesn't have a medical condition. Cats will hide if they feel bad or they're in pain. So if your cat's hiding, you definitely want to make sure there's not something going on medically. The jumpiness and running from delivery people sort of behavior is something that I can help with. And then if your cat is attacking people, either you or your family members or guests when they come over to the house, it's a more serious thing. It's not just an annoyance, it can be a danger. You do want to, if your cat's doing this, you do want to take them to the vet to make sure they don't have a medical condition that is contributing to aggressive behavior. Hyperthyroidism and other hormonal issues may cause aggression in cats. So get that out of the way, eliminate that as a cause. And then you have behavioral things. Or it could be that your cat is feeling bad because he's sick and he just doesn't want to be handled. So he's scratching and biting anybody who tries to pick him up or pet him. It could be that your cat saw another cat or another animal in his territory outside and got all riled up. And then you came along a little while later unsuspectingly and tried to pet him, and he took out that aggression on you. It could be that your cat is overstimulated. Maybe you were petting him a little bit, and then all of a sudden he turned around and bit you. It just could be that he was overstimulated by the petting. Some cats.
Okay? Is you okay, Luke, Jacob? Jake.
Some cats will really only like to be petted 3 or 4 times before they are done being petted. And the way that you can tell what is going on and whether it's safe is by learning how to read your cat's body language. And their tail and their ears are big giveaways to how they're feeling, their stance as well. And if you'd like to learn more about how to read a cat's body language, the guy Jackson Galaxy, who does the show on the Animal Planet channel, My Cat from Hell, does YouTube videos about how to read cat body language, and they are informative and entertaining. So I do recommend those. It may be that what you are perceiving as an invitation from your cat to be petted is not actually that. For example, if a guest comes to your house and your cat rubs all over their legs, all around their legs, they may not be saying, pet me, pet me. They may be marking your guest, putting their scent all over your guest to make your guest smell better to them and not be disturbing to them. Cats have scent glands not only in their paws, but in their lips and their cheeks and their forehead and their flanks and their tail. So that rubbing could be, hey, you smell funny. Let me make you smell good. I'm going to put my scent on you. And that is soothing to a cat. And it's why feel-away was invented. Feel-away is a synthetic pheromone, and you can buy it at pet supply stores, either as a spray that you can spray on things, or in a diffuser that you can use to just diffuse the smell into a whole room. And it can help a nervous cat feel calmer. They have a variety of types of feel-away too. So if you have made sure your cat is not sick, you have learned to read his body language, and you're still getting attacked regularly, you could have an extensive behavioral analysis done by an animal behaviorist. And I'm not going to tell you not to do that. I will tell you that one in-home visit from an animal behaviorist can cost $245. I looked it up online. And there's another way to figure out what's going on. Energy therapy is a great way to speed up the resolution of problem cat behaviors like the ones I've described and others that I haven't mentioned. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on a cat's energy system and then tell you how energy therapy can help. So cats, just like all living beings, are supported by energy from the earth and energy from the universe, or the universal energy system or energy field. And that type of energy is referred to as subtle energy. Like all animals, cats have energy systems that interact with the earth's energy and the universal energy field. And there are several parts to those energy systems. The Hara, the chakras, or chakras as it's pronounced in the original Sanskrit, the meridians, and the energy field, also referred to as the biofield. So the Hara can be thought of as the energy power line connecting the cat's energy system to the energy of the earth and to the energy of the universe. And it runs perpendicular to the spine in four-legged animals, but the access points are along the spine. They're the dantian, the soul seat, and the individuation point. If your cat's Hara has energetic debris blocking the energy flow, or if the Hara is not well connected to the Earth's energy and the energy of the universe, then your cat's not getting as much energy as it needs. And that energy supports all bodily functions and systems and the emotional and mental health of your cat. So if your cat's not getting enough energy, then it's going to show in a variety of ways. Could be a behavioral thing, could be illness. And it's important to note that the energy from all of your cat's experiences passes through the energy field first, and then may be stored in the energy system or the physical body. This is true of people too. If an experience is traumatic and that energy from that traumatic experience is stored and not cleared, it will show up in some way, either as an emotional issue, behavioral issue, or something. A cat has 7 major chakras, and these are energy centers or vortices that move the energy through the cat's energy system. That's subtle energy. So the Hara brings it in, then it's moved through the energy system by the chakras. In addition to these 7 major chakras, there are smaller ones in the jaw and all the joints of the legs and all the joints of the spine and in the glands the organs of the body, And if a chakra is spinning sluggishly or blocked by energetic debris, then whatever part of the body or emotional health may be affected. Whatever part of the body is served by that chakra may be compromised in some way, or the emotional health of the cat can be affected. The meridians are energy channels that carry the energy out from the hara and the chakras into the physical body. And acupuncture and acupressure work with the meridians. Most of the techniques that I use do not work with the meridians, but anytime any part of the energy system is repaired, it has an impact on all the rest because they're connected. The cat's individual energy field is generated by the flow of energy radiating out from the chakras. So it's a bubble of energy surrounding the cat. While a healthy human's energy field extends anywhere from 2 feet to 12 feet out from the body, an animal's energy field extends out 10 times the size of his physical form. Cats, however, are special in many ways, but this is just another way. Because a cat is both predator and prey, his energy field extends out to fill the space he considers his territory. It's not uncommon for a cat to consider the house, the whole house in which he lives, and the yard around it, his territory. So his energy field is expanding to fill all of that. His energy field helps him to know where food might be and where possible threats might be coming from. And his energy field is how a cat knows that there's a mouse in the basement, even if he's up on the second floor of your house. It's how your cat knows that you've gotten the can of tuna out of the refrigerator too. It isn't necessarily that he smells it. He is perceiving what's happening in his energy field. So what I do as a healing touch for animals practitioner is channel subtle energy from the earth's energy and the universal energy field and direct it into the cat's energy system to repair, strengthen, clear, and balance the energy flow through the various elements of the energy system. If your cat's getting all the energy that he needs from his hara and the energy is flowing well throughout his energy system and physical body, he'll be his healthiest and behave his best. If not, you'll notice. As quantum physics teaches us, everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Energy is connected to energy, and energy affects energy. You can look up resonance and quantum entanglement and the observer effect if you want to know a little bit more about the science behind energy medicine. But what we do know is that the energy that I channel makes its way to the animal no matter where they are in regards to my location. So it allows for long distance energy therapy. And again, the energy therapy techniques that I use support the proper flow of energy throughout the energy system. But there's another way that energy therapy helps. It facilitates intuitive communication. So I'm able to ask questions to determine why a cat is doing whatever the behavior is that's troubling to you. I can relay that information to you so that you can make adjustments to your cat's physical environment, for example. I can also relay information to your cat from you. So we can decide what you consider your cat's ideal behavior in whatever the situation is that's been problematic. And I can let your cat know what your expectations are. And I know what you're thinking. Cats don't care what our expectations are. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And it is true that cats have minds of their own, but I have found that most of the time, once they know that you love them and they know that you've heard what they have to say and that you care how they feel, they're willing to change their behavior. As you can imagine, it can save time, aggravation, and money if you can find out quickly why your cat is doing what he's doing. Energy therapy also facilitates the behavior change in the cat by clearing non-beneficial energy, and especially energy from trauma, from the physical body and the energy system. And it helps to make sure there's optimal energy flow to the parts of the energy system that support emotional health. Energy therapy can really make a difference. I'm just going to do a couple of examples here. Aisha is a cat I've done pet sitting for and energy therapy for, and her mom told me that she was tinkling outside the litter box. So I did an energy therapy session with her, did a little intuitive Q&A, and found out that she was doing that because she was afraid, and it was due to a noise that she heard while she was using the litter box. I didn't go any further to find out what it was, but her litter boxes are in the laundry room. So I'm guessing that the dryer buzzed or something while she was in the litter box, and it scared her. So she didn't want to use it anymore. So I cleared the energy from that trauma. I explained to her that as long as a noise did not have malicious energy directed at her, accompanying it, that she could ignore it. And then she stopped tinkling outside the litter box. Tai Chi was hiding all the time, spent almost all of his time in the back of a closet or under a bed. And we found out that not only did he have a fear issue, which I was able to clear up, but he was also making a statement. He was mad at his owner because he thought that she was hurting his cat's sister when the owner was locking her in the bathroom twice a day. What he didn't understand was when the owner was taking Enid, his sister, into the bathroom twice a day, it was to give her medications. And once I explained to him that she needed those medications, that she was not being hurt, she was just kind of mad about having to take the medications. And I told the owner what was going on, and she opened the bathroom door so that he could go in and make sure that Enid was okay. He has been a new cat. He now spends his time out in the living room with his owner. He gets up on the couch next to her. He gets in her lap. He does sometimes still want some time to himself, and he'll go back to a bedroom, but he's not hiding all the time. He also is no longer running and hiding if a delivery person knocks on the front door, which he was doing as well. Danny and Duke were dogs that I helped. Duke was growling at his owner all the time, but it was not an aggressive growl. He was trying to communicate something, and he was trying to communicate that he wanted a cat as part of their family. And apparently they had a cat for 18 years, and the cat had passed away not too long before this behavior started. And I told the owner this, and she said, well, we can't have a cat. We have 2 dogs, and that's, 2 pets is the limit for where we're living now. And I said, well, just because that's what he wants doesn't mean that's what he gets. We'll just explain to him what the situation is. And so we did, and he quit growling at her. Danny was a dog who I worked with for pain management, but we had kind of an interesting side effect from the energy therapy. He was terrified of thunderstorms, and was an anxious dog. He barked ferociously at anybody who came to the house and that sort of thing. And the second time that I worked with him, a thunderstorm came up while I was working with him, and he just lay right there and let me continue working with him. He did not quiver. He didn't whimper. He didn't decide to run and hide. He just lay there. And from then on, he wasn't afraid of thunderstorms either, even though that wasn't what I was working on for him. It was just the pain issue. Peace was a cat who was terrorizing a client's daughter. I did one session with her and explained to her that her dad wanted her and the daughter to get along, that he loved them both, that she didn't have to compete with the daughters, with the daughter for her owner's attention, and she quit hissing and scratching the daughter. Sammy's is a long and complicated story, and I have no idea how much time I have.
About 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. So let me just keep moving. And if anybody wants to know about Sammy, we can talk personally. So again, the benefits to you of energy therapy is it can save you time, frustration, and money. It can restore harmony between you and your cat, and it can reduce your stress levels. And the benefits to the cat are it can improve your cat's emotional health for sure, and physical health. I didn't even talk about what energy therapy can do for physical issues, but it can do a lot. And it can help your cat be reassured of your love. And really that's an important part of the communication that I do, because when there's a problem behavior going on for an extended period of time, you can't figure out why your cat's doing something, it's natural to get irritated. And, it can sometimes seem like you and your cat are at war with each other. So clearing that up and making it a loving relationship again is an important thing. All righty. Any questions?
Hey, it's Linda.
Yeah.
I'm late, so I didn't get to do my elevator speech. For everybody who doesn't know me, hi, my name's Linda. So a friend who we all know, so she shall remain nameless in this question, has a cat that is very lovable to her, all the members of her family, all the other people in her life. But when I go over there, I don't know what I do wrong. I try so hard to be very nice to this cat. This cat does not like me. And I turned around to literally pick up a glass of water, and the cat jumped out and dug its claws into my back and tore my sweater. I mean,
my gosh.
the cat like attacked me, and I was like, oh my God. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I don't have any pets, so it doesn't smell another pet on me. I think kind thoughts when I'm around all animals, but especially this one, because I'm want to have a good relationship with this cat. But apparently, I don't know what to do.
Well, it may be a matter of, and this may be out there for some of you, could be a past life connection that needs to be cleared.
Now, would that be in me or in the cat?
Maybe both. I don't know. But I actually had that experience.
Everything for me. So Heidi, get to work. Not Heidi, Kalua. I don't know why I said Heidi. Oh, because I'm going to go have lunch with her soon. So I'm thinking about her. Kalua is in charge of clearing everything. So Kalua, get to work.
Yeah. So it could be that. It could be that you are in, even though you want to be nice and calm, if you're anticipating that there's going to be a problem with the cat, then your energy might be actually kind of anxious energy, which would make him think, oh crap, she's not safe. But I'd have to check in with the cat to see what's going on.
Is Bess, everyone knows Bess. I go to her house, her cats don't attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody.
Bess is actually here.
Yeah, she's incognito. She's going with me because we're going to Chapel Hill today for that chapter lunch. And so I said, you need to come. And so she said, okay, when? She's such a good friend.
Okay, ask your question.
Oh,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
So Bess's cat has a question also.
Okay.
What you were going to say, though.
Bess's cat is 10 years old and has had no problems with the litter box. And the litter box is very clean. And I can personally attest to that because every time I go there, I can say that the litter box is clean. But the cat will pee in the litter box, but now no longer will have its bowel movements. It just outside the box, right next to the box, but not in the box. And so Bess doesn't know what happened here. Why was everything fine and then all of a sudden it's not? Do cats get Alzheimer's like humans?
They can develop cognitive issues if they're older, they can.
Yeah, she's
Um,
10 and she's a Manx. So she doesn't have a tail, but I don't know if that would have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it could even be, it could be a pain issue. It could be arthritis in the back end. And I just found out from somebody else whose cat I'm working with, that Manxes can have kind of a cognitive issue where they're like the communication between their brains and their back ends isn't quite right. So it could be a neurological thing. But it certainly,
About a month ago. I mean, she'll go in there and urinate.
yeah. Well, it could even be an arthritis pain sort of thing because of the stance that they have to take when they're defecating, and also the muscles that they have to use when they're defecating. It could be painful to her. So she, might be trying to see if not doing it in the litter box will be less painful. But I could certainly, if you wanted to give me a call, I can check in with her and see what it is. Sammy, the cat that I didn't take the time to talk about, was doing something like that. He was using the litter box, but he was also tinkling outside the litter box. And it was an emotional thing.
Okay, I'll reach out to you when I get a chance.
Okay.
Not going to do it soon because she's going to Chapel Hill with Linda. So sorry for the 2 questions. I didn't mean to dominate everybody. I apologize about that.
Anyone else have any questions?
Oops, let me get rid of my.
I think it was fun.